Welcome everyone, and thank you for coming to this wonderful event. A couple of hard speeches to follow, but I'll do the best I can. I'll start by saying, oh my little Pooh Bear. What a great journey it's been for you. Your mom and I are so proud of you. Everything you've taken on, you've done so with full focus and success. From your dancing, through high school, to your undergrad at IU, to your master's at Purdue, to pursuing your FSA, and to this wonderful event today. You are loyal to friends to a T, excuse me here, and you have always been true to yourself and your beliefs. I know you will always remain that way. You can debate anyone about any subject, and you've been doing that since you were 4 years old. It's a big deal when your daughter gets married. It's a very emotional day for all of us, and especially me. And you couldn't have chosen a better, greater partner and guy than Ben. And Ben, welcome to the family. However, Ben, I have to say, you're not the first guy that proposed to Melissa. And Melissa, I'm not sure if you will remember this, so bear with me. Okay. Way back when Melissa was a lot younger, there was a fella that came out of Grand Valley University in Michigan to come to work at Inland Steel. This guy was about 6'2", sandy colored hair, great big dimples, and a real womanizer. Anyway, his name was Dan O'Connor. Do you remember?
Not at all.
Okay. So anyway, Dan and I started working together on a few projects at work, and we became very good friends. And by becoming friends, he would come over to dinner at our house every Tuesday night. And sometimes he would bring pizza, and sometimes we would cook for him. But the first time that he saw Melissa, he looked at her and he said, "Melissa, you're going to marry me someday." I will now tell you that Melissa was 2 years old at that time. Okay. But Melissa, in her own little way, gave Dan the Melissa look at 2 years old. And she shook her head, because she knew that someday there was going to be a fellow named Ben that came into her life. So poor Dan put his tail between his legs and went back to Michigan, married some other person, had 4 little girls, and here we are today with Melissa and Ben, just like she knew would happen. Okay. One of my favorite Melissa stories is when I was in the market to buy a newer sailboat. I wasn't going to buy a new sailboat, but a used sailboat. So to get an idea of what kind of boat I wanted to buy, Melissa and I and our friends Jack and Val over here went to the Strictly Sailboat Show in Chicago. And we looked at several sailboats, we looked at ads for used sailboats, but we kept going back to this one sailboat, which is a Hunter 33. And we both loved the boat so much, and Melissa really liked it. And the salesman said, after the 4th time we came back, he says, "You come back up here one more time, or you come up here now, bring out your checkbook." And so I looked at Melissa and I said, "Well, certain things have to happen. I've got to sell my house, and you have to give me so much money for my other boat on a trade-in." And he said, "Well, let's see what we can do." And then Melissa looked at me and she says, "Dad, just buy the boat." I said, "What?" And she says, "Yeah, look at all the cup holders it has." So, $120,000 later, I ended up with a boat with 6 cup holders. But it turned out to be probably one of the best purchases that I ever made, and we've had a lot of family fun and enjoyment with that boat. So thank you, Melissa, for pushing me to buy that boat. Okay. A couple things here. My proudest moment of Melissa was her commencement at Purdue, when she received her master's degree in mathematics. Her mother and I were there, and you probably wonder where she got her math skills from.
Her Aunt Lynn.
You know, 2 plus 2, 4. 8 plus 8 is 16. So she got it from me. But anyway, so she receives her diploma, and it's a wonderful evening. And so I said to her, Melissa, where would you like to go out for dinner to celebrate? And she says, I don't know, Dad. I said, well, this is a big deal. We have to go someplace and have a nice dinner. You know what she says? Now, this is on the campus of Purdue in West Lafayette. She said, Dad, let's go to Triple X. Everybody know what Triple X is in West Lafayette? Okay, a greasy hamburger place. So we said, okay, we go over there. And any of you who know Melissa right now know she would never eat a hamburger like that ever. But because of that, I still owe you a nice dinner for your commencement. The happiest moment, I think, was your surprise engagement nearly 2 years ago, when Ben proposed to her on the campus where they met down in Bloomington. And then Kim arranged and threw a wonderful engagement party back at the clubhouse where they lived in Carmel. And I think that's the happiest that I've ever seen you, Melissa. You were so excited that day. And I think we all were. The saddest moment was when Melissa went off to study in Australia for a while. Her mom and I took her to O'Hare Airport to send her off. And we sat down, we had lunch at McDonald's at the airport. Again, those of you who know Melissa now know she wouldn't eat McDonald's anymore either. But anyway, we had our lunch, and then it's time for her to go and board the plane. So Melissa starts to walk away to go towards the gate, and Diane and I are just standing there kind of looking at her, and she's walking away, and we're wondering, gosh, I wonder if she's going to turn around and wave goodbye. And she's walking and walking, and finally she goes, and she does the little wave. And I looked at Diane, and we lost it at that point in time. So that was the saddest moment. Let me see where I'm at here. You have to bear with me. Okay. So, without sounding too cliche-ish, I just want to say to you two, be kind and respectful to each other, and compromise, and stay in love, and remember how it started. I love you both. And with that, I will say, Carpe diem, which means seize the day. Dulce vita, live a full life of pleasure and luxury. Nastrovia, cheers. And L'chaim, to life. And now I will just close by citing a verse from a favorite family song by Fleetwood Mac. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Raise our glass and a toast.
Cheers.
There you go. Cheers.